Please welcome the coaches for Belleville East High School, Todd Lundberg, Brian Yellick, Kevin Briggs, the players from Belleville West High School. Number 2, Evan Myrick. Number 4, John Gosher. Number 5, Braden James. Number 6, Zach Scare. Number 7, Alex Charles. Number 8, Corey Renoy. Number 9, Ethan Lewis. Number 10, Number 11, Chris Bernoski. Number 12, Aaron Meyer. Number 13, Sean Cable. Number 14, Zach Ryan. Number 15, Nick Van Oste. Number 17, Parker Binding. Number 18, Donnie Foster. Number 19, Brendan Sake. Number 20, Jacob Wilson. Number 22, Austin Bammer. Number 23, Ross Kocher. Number 24, Michael Glenn. To the junior varsity roster, number 2, TJ Cole. Number 4, Josh Davis. Richie Donald. Number 3, Ryan Helfrich. Number 6, Titus Taylor. Number 7, Andrew Konya. Number 8, Spencer Picard. Number 9, Jacob Crair. Number 10, Matt Klosterman. Number 11, Destin Wilson. Number 14, Cameron Tanyas. Number 15, Austin Cleveland. Number 16, Jacob Ecker. Number 19, Trey Hopkins. The head coach of Belleville West, Lee Meyer. Varsity assistant, Kevin Sangello.
good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Busch Stadium in St. Louis, Missouri for a Southwestern Conference matchup between the Belleville East Lancers, who are 9-6 on the year, and the Belleville West Maroons, who are 10-6 on the year. I'm Brian Loring, and alongside me is my partner in crime, Joe Nesbitt. Joe, we're in for a special treat this afternoon over here at Busch Stadium, aren't we?
Oh, this is incredible, Brian. I mean, just short of the Clydesdales coming out here today for this ceremony. Everybody here is really excited. Awfully strange to be playing an IHSA game outside of the state borders and on a Sunday. But we'll take this opportunity anytime that we can get it here as Lancers and Maroons getting ready to square off, as you said, on the turf over at Busch Stadium. It's a beautiful evening, a little windy, which you can probably hear through the speaker, but beautiful evening over here, and good, decent crowd on hand here, at least a few hundred people, Brian, ready to catch the action here.
Yeah, absolutely, Joe. Couldn't ask for a better afternoon of Southwestern Conference baseball. This is going to be something that these kids are all going to remember for the rest of their life. This has not happened very often at all, and Belleville East was glad to give up a home baseball game to come over here and play at Busch Stadium. And this is actually the second time on the year that these two teams have met. Over at Belleville West on April 11th, Belleville East came away with a relatively drama-free victory, winning 6-1 over the Maroons. Belleville East right-hander Sam Bassett did an outstanding job at the mound for the Lancers. And they actually, I think, upset Belleville West. They were the top-ranked team in the area. Belleville West is having an outstanding year as well as Belleville East, too. We always know how competitive the Southwestern Conference is with powerhouses like O'Fallon, Edwardsville, East, West, and now Alton is in the mix, too, as well. The Lancers were able to escape with a victory over there at Belleville West not too long ago. Parker Hendricks went 3 for 4 for East, and Marty Brunk went 3 for 4 as well. And the Lancers' bats came to life. So it looks like we've got the Lancers beginning, and Danny Snyder is going to lead things off for the Lancers.
Little jitters there. First pitch sails high.
I'd be a little nervous too out there, Joe.
No doubt about it. 2-0 count there. Can't get the ball down right away.
Yeah, and if you're Snyder, you're gonna hang in there and make him throw some strikes. Got a piece of it there to the backstop. Looked to be a little high though from where we're at.
Yeah, it did. I think he kind of chased that one a little bit. Again, these young men so excited to be playing out here today. 3-1. As you can also tell on your monitor there, we've got a new broadcast system that we're using today. Very excited. This has been a while in the making. And this is what we'll be using for all the future broadcasts next year during football season and basketball season. This is top-notch stuff, Brian, and we're learning it as we go. Fortunately, we've got Tom Neiman here with us today to show us the ropes and help us out. But I think you'll see some pretty neat stuff that this thing can do. Runner on first draws a leadoff walk, and there's a hit to third.
They're going to try and turn two, and they sure did. Boy, that's a tough play there. Foster got it going there at third. Nice pivot, second base. The Lancers quickly have 2 outs.
So here's Marty Brunk. He's got some pop, Brian. He's got a pretty live bat here for Coach Blomberg. And that one comes straight back right next to us.
Pretty close to where we're at, actually. Yeah, Brunk on the year coming in, he's seen to be one of the leading hitters for the Lancers. Hitting about 267 on the year, though. I think that still trying to find his groove here a little bit, but he's right here still in the center of the Lancers lineup. Ian Hendricks did a great job against Belleville West the last time around. There's another play for Foster at third. And the Lancers go down 1-2-3.
Yeah, draw the leadoff walk there. Can't get anything going with it, but I think either way it's good to get the first half inning out of the way. This is a game that's been on the radar for a while. These guys pretty excited, looking forward to it. Well, it's been quite a year in the Southwest Conference, Brian, as we were saying. You know, one team doesn't seem to stay on top very long, and a lot more depth and talent in the conference this year than I recall in previous seasons.
Yeah, without a doubt, it's really balanced, and really on any given night, you can see someone can be defeated. I think coming into the season, you know, Fallon was definitely the favorite. I think probably still is to some degree. But really anybody on any given night can beat someone else in the conference. There's an awful lot of baseball talent out there in the Southwestern Conference, Joe.
Yeah, a couple of really good arms for Collinsville there, for Coach Trapp. Lancers were able to beat them a couple of weeks back in a 12-inning affair. And Belleville East has been able to kind of build off that. They had a real big week that week. So Bassett, the right-hander, warming up. Kind of comes around the side a little bit.
It's the second time on the year that the Maroons have had a chance to see Bassett.
Called strike there.
Yeah, Sheriffs on the year is hitting .274 for the Maroons. Also one of the leaders for RBIs for the team. He's got 12 this year. He's going to stand in there and try to get something started here in the first. Foul ball straight behind home plate. A lot of young fans here.
Wake a few kids up there.
Looking for a foul ball.
Good scrum.
Of which they have to return. Ooh, hit him.
Yeah, that one got away from Bassett a little bit.
Now
He
you're
was
going
trying
to
to throw a breaking ball and didn't break the right way.
Yeah, again, first inning jitters, you're going to see that. In steps Aaron Meyer, who's actually the son of Belleville West manager Lee Meyer. Coach Meyer's got a very experienced squad this year.
Runner goes. They got it.
Great throw. That was right on the money, Joe.
It was, and you didn't get to see it because I didn't move the camera, but it was an outstanding throw.
Take our word for it.
So that's the first out here in the bottom of the first inning. Bassett fires a strike. Count is 1-1. There's a shot to left center.
That had some pop. Good catch out there in left field. Love to tell you who that is. But we weren't given the program or the starting lineups.
Number 19.
Joe, you got the binoculars? That's a long ways
in.
away from where
Zoomed
we're at.
in.
I couldn't see it.
This camera has a powerful zoom. So here's Van Osdale, star on the basketball team. He'll become a college basketball player in the fall.
He signed with Lindenwood there, didn't he?
St. Charles, I believe, right?
St. Charles, yeah.
And he lines out to third, and that's it for the first inning. No score. Both teams had a base runner, and that'll do it. You know, I think the kids have some jitters. Brian, I have to admit, I kind of do too. This is a pretty neat environment, and the Cardinals here have done a great job. They've got, and I'll put it up in a little while here, but they've got using the whole scoreboard, and they've got the stadium camera feed on the players down the field.
Yeah, they've definitely rolled out the red carpet for these high school student athletes over here at Busch Stadium. They've really spared no expense, really, in getting things up and running here for us. Got a great turnout from fans really on both sides. We always know that great rivalry between Belleville East and Belleville West. At the end of the day, we're all the same district and part of the same family. So it always is great to see people from both schools anytime you've got a sporting event like this.
Coach Gluck on the monitor right now. He usually is sitting in one of our seats wearing the headset for basketball games, some football games.
In steps Anthony Garza, who's got quite a bit of pop in his bat. Does he not, Joe?
He does. He's going to start things off here in the second. Takes a whack at one. Is it going to stay in play?
It is.
It does. Catch made on the dirt right by the Cardinal, or should I say Lancer dugout.
Yeah, Garza might have been a little over anxious there. He's definitely trying to get something started.
That one sails high.
So Alec Pellegrino steps in. Batting from the left side. Took something off there. Just a little bit off the plate. 2 balls, 1 strike. 1 out here in the second inning.
It's like both teams brought just about every kid in their program here today, Brian. I don't think they're all going to get in the game, but still what an experience for them, each of them to get announced, come out onto the field, hang out in the dugout. Outstanding.
Yeah, it took about 20 minutes to get everybody through, I believe.
So here's Bassett. 1 on, 1 out after the walk. Bassett looking to help his own cause here. Short lead at first base.
Command's going to be an issue early in this game for these pitchers, trying to stay as calm as possible. You know, you're in different environments. Major League Park, mound's different, everything's different. Pop up to the shortstop. Nice play there on the outfield grass. It's 2 outs.
Here's another one coming straight back at us.
It's great to see that these high school players are standing there taking some cuts at it.
Yeah, they've been aggressive. No doubt about it. That one must have hit the outside corner. Called strike. 0-2.
Looked a little low to me. It's easy to second guess from where we're at, though. And that's a K. So at the end of the top of the second, still 0-0. Belleville East, Belleville West.
Yeah, we don't have a lineup, so we're not sure who's coming up.
That's one thing they didn't give us.
Somebody for West.
We're writing them down as we go. It might be a little better the second time through. We did at least get a roster from Coach Gluck before the game started, so we at least have that for Belleville East. Parker Hendricks, who looks like he's on the mound for Belleville East. Lancers have struggled a little bit of late. They've lost their last 3 games. Coach Blomberg's been a little concerned about the confidence of his team. Anytime you start losing, it's easy to get down on each other. I know he's been remarking, trying to keep things as positive as possible in practice. And we've had a wet week, too, so sometimes that makes things a little difficult. Get out of your normal routine as well. Lancers are going to definitely try to turn things around today against the Maroons.
Well, every team in the area has had to deal with the strange weather this spring. Lots of rain, lots of cold weather, of course, the late snowstorm. You know, there are a lot of teams that didn't get outside and took them a while to get into any kind of a groove. This has to be one of the more unique seasons to play and coach through, as there's a shot fielded cleanly by the third baseman. Runner thrown out at first.
Yeah, last year I think they were praying for a little rain just to settle the dust. And this spring it's completely different.
Adam Bauer steps in for the Maroons. Ball low and away. Ball 1. Bottom of the second inning. No score, no hits yet.
Low and inside there. Like Hendricks is trying to go away a little bit.
Going to show you what we're seeing here.
Bauer's hitting 128 on the year. 4 RBIs. Maroons looking to try and get a base runner, get something going. 3-1's the count.
Bauer been pretty patient up there. Takes a whack at it there, off of the outside of his ankle.
Oh, that hurt.
Walk that one off a little bit. Full count now for Bauer with 1 out.
Took something off of it and barely made it to the home plate there. Bauer's on with a walk.
Number 17, junior, Parker Miney.
Viney with the runner on.
Viney's hitting 300 on the year. Love to tell you what position he plays, but not sure.
High chopper to third, only play is to first. Moves the runner over though.
Here's the pitcher, Belleville West, number 20, sophomore Jacob Wilson.
Stadium camera even shows the replays up on the big scoreboard today. This is great. A little out ahead of that one.
Zero balls, 1 strike, 2 outs here. Maroons have a runner on second. Hendricks is bouncing another one up there to the plate.
A good defensive play there by the Lancer catcher. Hold that one in front of him. Bauer on second. He had a big lead. He was ready to go.
Yeah, he's got some wheels on him too. In tight there. Lancers have the outfield playing in.
Another high chopper to third. And the play is
well
made.
Done.
So that's the end of the second inning. Still no score between the Maroons and the Lancers. You were talking about, you mentioned the outfield being in, Brian. Of course, the dimensions here are a little different from the dimensions that these high school players are accustomed to.
Yeah, what are they back at Belleville East? Do you remember?
315, 367, and 390 is what one of the coaches reported to me. And here we're looking at 336, 400, and 336. So quite a bit different. In fact, I noticed in the last half inning there was a player who walked around the warning track. You probably saw him on the camera. I assume he knew that he wasn't threatening the play.
Well, you definitely have to adjust to the new surroundings. So you're going to see them try to keep things as normal as possible, but it is different out there. Plus, you're kind of in awe, too.
Certainly. So the top of the third, this game's only about 20 minutes old, but things are ticking right along.
Well, busy week of baseball coming up for Belleville East. After playing Belleville West today, they also have a game tomorrow against Centralia. Tuesday against O'Fallon. Wednesday, Granite City. So they're going to be quite busy this week.
This is Schmittling for the Lancers, Nathan Schmittling.
Schmittling on the air hitting a 281, and he's got himself a base hit to center field.
First hit of the game here in the top of the third inning, and Schmittling's on first.
Number 4, senior catcher Lucas Weisbrot.
Weisbrot looks over, takes a sign from Coach Kramkowski at third.
And he takes ball 1. And hit and run might be on here, Joe.
Yep. I was just about to say, I thought he was going. He had me fooled.
He definitely took 2 steps pretty hard. That's corked down the left field line, dropping fast, and a nice backhanded grab in left field, right along the left field foul line. Very tough play out there in left. Well, that was caught. The runner did not advance.
Yeah, that's an impressive catch, battling some shadows out there. You have to get some advice from Matt Holliday before playing out there, but he made a nice grab there and, of course, held the runner at first in doing so. 1 down here, top of the 3rd.
Yeah, Schmidtling advanced, halfway there, trying to see what happened, and did a nice job scampering back to first.
He sends him down swinging. 3 straight.
So Halton's retired. And we're back to the top of the lineup. Snyder steps in. His first appearance, he walked. He takes ball 1 high. Nice backhanded play by the Maroon catcher. Schmidtling still on first with 2 men retired. There's a chopper to the shortstop. He quickly flips over to Van Osdale at second, and that retires the Lancers here at the end of the top of the 3rd.
Well, the game featured that inning featured the game's only hit so far. See what these teams can do to generate some more offense. This wasn't the only high school game here today at Busch Stadium. Earlier today, I believe it was Lafayette and Eureka played. Lafayette, of course, the alma mater of Cardinals third baseman David Freese. It was earlier this afternoon, and they cleared out, and the District 201 faithful moved in.
Yeah, by the time we got here, Joe, we were unable to find out who won that first game.
Right.
If you're looking at the baseball rankings, Southwestern Conference team O'Fallon, according to the St. Louis Post-Dispatch, is ranked 10th. On the bubble, Belleville West, as well as Belleville East and Collinsville. Leading the poll is CBC, number 1, Francis Howell 2, Ladue 3, Alton 4. Which I forgot to mention them. Again, they're having a great year. Hazelwood West, DeSmet, Parkway North, SLU, Vianney, and then O'Fallon. So quite a few Southwestern Conference schools there.
Strong showing for the conference, no doubt about it. We said it earlier, they're just kind of beating up on each other. I was looking over your shoulder at the standings. Collinsville 2-3 in the conference, which doesn't look great, but that's a 10-5 team overall. Just running some tough competition in the conference. So here we go with the bottom of the 3rd inning. I want to quickly say hello to Chase and Brendan. I hope you guys are having fun, and I'll see you soon. And what a treat this is here as the Belleville West Athletic Director Bill Schmidt in his final year gets the opportunity to go out and coach third base here for this half inning.
It's like bringing Tommy Lasorda in to do third base at an all-star game.
I've never seen Lasorda in Denver.
Never go down. Let's not hit a ground ball out there to Coach Schmidt.
He's going to kill me. Can't wait to talk to him about it. He's a great guy. He's one of the reasons I got into education. He was my civics teacher and U.S. history teacher when I was in high school. And he's just got a handful of more weeks left in his teaching career before he hangs it up. We're going to miss him.
Yeah, you know he's enjoying it. He feels like a kid out there.
You bet.
Standing next to third base at Busch Stadium. I think back to all the basketball teams he had. I tell you, he put quite a few great squads together there and always showed a lot of class out there. There's a foul ball over near us. Young lady sitting all by herself and got a little scare.
Yeah, it woke her up. Didn't drop the cell phone, though.
She did not. Good grab. Took something off there, and that's
called strike.
That's a strikeout.
Boy, that one buckled his knees a little bit. Nice pitch there. Is that Brunk on the mound?
Yeah, it looks like it is. Well, Dozier was hit by a pitch there, looked like.
So that puts one runner on with an out. See how Brunk handles this here in the bottom of the third inning.
Yeah, and you'll see Coach Blomberg use multiple pitchers during the course of the year.
There's a pop-up to shallow left. It's going to
Tough
be the
play.
shortstop goes out.
Man, that was a tough play over the shoulder there into the sun.
Well done for the second out.
And we're back to the top of the lineup for Belleville West. Charos was hit by a pitch thrown by Parker Hendricks. First time around. And he was called out stealing.
Brunk missed on the fastball there, a little high.
Outside. Yeah, your guess is as good as mine as far as why Coach Blomberg made the pitching change when he did. I'm sure there was some strategy involved there. Shows the versatility of the Lancers.
I'll try to get some different guys in this unique experience today, too. There's a shot to right center. That one's going to get down. That's trouble.
That's going to be some big-time trouble. Dozier is motoring around third base, and Coach Schmidt holds him up there. Dozier's not exactly light on his feet, but he came in hard there at the third base. Lancers did a nice job cutting that off. I thought it might have a chance to get to the wall, and if that was the case, Dozier definitely would have scored.
Right. Yeah, that's what I was concerned about as well. So here's Meyer. He steps in the box with two down. Runners on second and third. Meyer can do some damage here. That ball squeaks away, but Dozier's going to be held at third.
So Brunk's worked his way into a little bit of trouble here. See if he can get out of it with two out. Maroons are looking to push their first run across the plate here in a 0-0 game. Meyer flied out to left field in the first inning. That's 1-1. Got a base open here, Joe.
Yeah, I think you just want to keep the ball down here.
And that goes to the backstop. Dozier's going to try and score. Look at him motoring to the plate, and it's 1-0 Belleville West. I believe that's a wild pitch, wouldn't you think there, Joe?
Yeah, I think so.
We're going to score it as a wild pitch. I think the guys in the truck probably agree with us on that. So Dozier, after getting hit by a pitch, comes all the way around to score on a pass ball or on a wild pitch there by Brunk. And Bubba West still has a runner on third. And the count is 3-1. Brunk's got to find a way to settle down here and get an out. And that's not going to do it.
Yeah.
That's outside. It's going to be first and third here for Bubba West.
Still 2 out.
So Van Osdale steps in. He flied out to left field as well. It's first and third with 2 out.
Takes a whack at that one, straight back.
Van Osdale did not play last year baseball. Wanted to concentrate on basketball, so the last time he played for the Maroons was his sophomore year, and Coach Meyer welcomed him back to the team, and he's been a great addition. He is such a great athlete. He seemed like he hasn't really missed a beat at all. Runners going from first, line to third base, and across the diamond for the third out of the inning. But the damage is done as the Maroons have the first run of the game, and they are leading Belleville East 1-0 at the end of 3.
And I'm pretty sure Bill Schmidt's taking credit for that run right now, Brian.
I'm sure he is. Good luck charm out there. What do you think?
Yeah, you mentioned Van Osdale. Now, he's leading the team in most offensive statistical categories, is he not?
Yeah, he is, actually, Joe. He's leading in at-bats with 48. He's pushed 13 runs across the plate there, got 16 hits and 12 RBIs. That's pretty good for a guy who sat out for a year.
Yeah, absolutely. We got to see what he can do on the basketball court this season. In the first East-West game at West, I think he put up over 30 points or just south of 30. And then in the big game at East, his legs just wore out a little bit towards the end of the game and couldn't get his legs under him. But then all of a sudden he hits a couple big shots, and he was fun to watch. Great competitor, great competitor.
Yeah, I remember in that second game, remember he was injured with a knee problem. I don't know what his knee injury was, but he gutted it out, man, at the very end, and the Maroons almost came away with a victory. Hognay steps in for Belleville East. He hit into a 5-4-3 double play back in the first. So he leads off here in the 4th inning for Belleville East.
Talk about another athlete here, Hognay. Soccer team, place kicker on the football team. Brunk in the bottom of your screen warming up on deck. He's going to want to try to erase that run from the last half inning. 3-0 count here to Hognay. See what he does.
There's a ground ball up the middle. Plants, turns, and throws him out. That's a nice play by Van Osdale. I believe it was Van Osdale.
Van Osdale's short. That's number 15. Second.
Here's the pitcher, Marty Brunk.
Brunk steps in.
Takes a strike there.
Coach Blomberg's hoping that his bats come back to life here like they did the first game against Belleville West, where they put 6 runs on the board.
Breaking ball drops in there. That's a nice looking pitch.
It was.
Brunk's quickly in the hole, 0-2. Breaking ball missed that time. But
hey, if it's not broke, stay with it, you know?
Yeah.
Even though Brunk might not be swinging the bat quite as well as he helped, he's still such a tremendous senior leader out there. He's going to keep battling all the time. As he grounds to the shortstop, Van Osdale, for out number 2. The guy's a competitor. He's willing to do anything you ask him and more. So in steps Anthony Garza. He's batting cleanup for the Lancers this year. Again, a lot of pop in his bat.
That pitch inside misses a little bit there, 2-0. There's a base hit for Garza.
I heard that loud and clear. Well, Lancers got a base runner on here in the top of the 4th. Garrow steps in. He's subbing in for Pellegrino. So we'll see what he does here in his first plate appearance at Busch Stadium. Shadows are stepping in now a little bit over the infield. Wind's picking up a little bit here. Probably hear that in the background.
Called strike there, 1-1 to Garros. Garza's at first. Garros looking to get a 2-out rally going here.
Joe says it's 62 degrees here at Busch Stadium. I don't feel it though here in the shade.
I'm going to take the under on that.
On deck is Bassett. Off. Ooh, I thought that was off the plate. That's in there for a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
Yeah, Garros very patient.
That's pretty good strategy though, really. Make the pitcher throw some strikes here. Took something off. That was close. Full count. Runner's going to be going here on this pitch. See if Garros can get the little bat there on the ball. Quick look over to first base. They're not holding the runner, obviously.
That one's going to get out of play.
Oh, man. Made some contact there with the spectator, who did not drop his popcorn.
Nah, popcorn, Cheetos, whatever it was, held on to him.
I had a big bag of something. That's going to leave a mark, I'm pretty sure, on that forearm.
He must be right-handed.
Runner goes. And
There's
that's
a
the shot into left field, and that's going to fall for a base hit. As Garros, that's a base hit in there. So that advances Garza to second. It's first and second with 2 out. Bassett steps in. He popped up to shortstop back in the second inning.
Bassett, who started the game, he was starting pitcher today. Pitched 2 innings. Or was it 1? It was 2.
It was 2.
He takes the first ball. Let's see what the Lancers can do here with 2 outs.
Oh, fooled him there.
Yeah.
He was way out in front. That ball was off the plate. Two and one.
Both runners with short leads.
Now being held on. To the plate. Check swing. Asking for some help from the first base umpire, who says that he actually went around. So that takes the count to 2-2. Bassett steps back in there. Over Bassett's head.
Had to duck out of the way for that one. Full count.
The runners will be advancing here as the pitcher comes to the plate. Bassett gets something on it. Lancers might have a chance to get a run. There goes the runners. And that's off the plate. It's going to be bases loaded for Belleville East. And Hillebrand's going to step to the plate.
Coach Blomberg's going to bring in somebody to run here.
Hillebrand struck out his last plate appearance in the second inning. Looked to redeem himself here as the bases are loaded. After a short conference on the mound, show some support for their teammate. You see the Maroons have broken back to their positions there. Might be talking a little defensive strategy. Chance to get an out at any base. That came in tight, right in on his hands.
A couple of white jerseys head out to the bullpen out there for the Maroons.
We definitely need our binoculars to see who that might be. Runner at every base. To the backstop there. Hillebrand caught a piece of it. He's in the hole, 0-2.
Garza at third. Garros at second. That pitch in the dirt and away. Garza hustles back to the bag.
And I think that's Jacob Parker, number 12, who's pinch running at first.
And
Joe.
for Bassett, yeah. Breaking ball.
And that's going to fall in there for a base hit. 1 run is in. And the runner holds up there at third. Snap throw back to third, and he is safe as Belleville East has put a run on the board on a base hit to center field by Jake Hillebrand. He did a nice job staying in there. It was a nice at-bat for him. Schmitling's going to come to the plate. He had a base hit in the third inning.
Base is still loaded. Misses with the fastball there, 1-0 to Schmitling. Yeah, Schmitling with the first hit of the game earlier. Looking to add another one. Takes a cut at that one. It's going to get out of play.
Nobody made an effort there in the stands to try to catch that one. Schmittling's looking to do some more damage here against the Maroons in the 4th inning. That's going to be low. Definitely a lot of activity out in the Belleville West bullpen as they're trying to get warmed up out there in case they need to bring in a relief pitcher.
There's a shot high out to left.
Nice contact, but it looks like the left fielder is under it, and that's going to end the inning. Not before Belleville East puts a run on the board, though.
Yeah,
as it's 1-1 here going to the bottom of the 4th inning.
Lancers had a couple of hits. The bats come alive there a little bit, and they tie it up. So the numbers for Belleville East 1-4-0, for Belleville West 1-1-0 here in the middle of the 4th.
Talked about the Belleville East schedule coming up this week for them. Belleville West not going to get any easier for them this week either. We know there are no easy victories really in the Southwestern Conference except for maybe East St. Louis. Edwardsville, the Maroons will play them on Tuesday. On Thursday they will play against Collinsville. Friday they play Highland. And the following Tuesday they will play against Alton. Alton and O'Fallon are at the top of the Southwestern Conference in the standings, I believe.
West, I believe, played yesterday, right? Didn't they beat Althoff 2-1 yesterday?
I believe you're right, Joe, yeah. That was over at Citizens Park. That would take Althoff's record to 7-9, or 7-9 on the year after that loss. Belleville East is bringing in a lefty here in relief. Not sure who that is.
Now pitching for Belleville East, number 21, Austin Wilson.
That's Austin Wilson coming in, the lefty. Don't see many southpaws in high school baseball,
right.
Do you, Joe?
No. So here we go, bottom of the 4th. Lancers tied it up in their half of this inning.
Bammer grounded out to third back in the 2nd inning. As Wilson comes to the plate, working pretty quickly. There's a grounder to the second baseman. Over to third to retire Bammer. That's going to bring Adam Bauer to the plate. He walked back in the 2nd. He stands in on the left side against the southpaw, Wilson. Foul ball off to the third base side. The youngster goes to retrieve it. One here in the 4th inning. It's like a breaking ball in there for a strike. Bauer froze on that. Low.
That one was close.
It's close. 1 ball and 2 strikes. There's a grounder to the second baseman. Close at first.
Got him.
He's called out. That was a bang-bang play over at first base, wasn't it, Joe?
It was. Second baseman getting some action here in the bottom of the 4th.
Piney grounded out back in the second inning. So Wilson goes to work against him. 1 strike. And that's lined to left field. It's quickly dropping, and the center fielder is unable to come up with it. Brunk. That was a real tough play, Joe.
It was. He and the shortstop were both about a step and a half away from that. And that's just a well-placed ball. Yeah. So the Maroons get a base runner with 2 down here in the bottom of the 4th. It's not 62 degrees, Brian.
No.
Sign still
I
says
said
it is. It's not.
He said on the way over here, should I bring the sweatshirt or not? Yeah, I should have. It's at home. Tough to steal against a lefty like Wilson. You don't really see much of a lead over there by Baney. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th inning. 1-1 game. Grounded to the third base coach, Meyer, I believe that is. Is that Coach Meyer?
I think so. He was quick on his feet there. Coach Meyer, I believe, played college ball down at Carbondale, if I'm not mistaken.
Interesting fun fact, Joe.
I think he was teammates and roommates with Steve Finley, who had a long major league career.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Interesting.
All-star many times over.
Yeah.
World Series champ in Arizona.
The runner is going. Throw down to second, and he is out.
Got him. Second Maroon base stealer caught stealing today.
That's going to bring the inning to a quick end as Weisbrot guns down Baney trying to steal at the end of the 4th inning.
Yeah, Schmittling applies the tag, and that's it for the 4th inning. Still 1-1.
Lancer Brain Trust is meeting there alongside the railing. Not sure we're looking for some substitutions here or whatnot, but they definitely are discussing things quite a bit. Boy, Weisbrot, he's had 2 rifle throws to second base today. That's quite a haul.
Yeah, both of them just perfectly placed.
I mean, you see sometimes major league catchers can't throw like that.
Yeah, he's got them both just to the right side of the bag. And both times Schmittling didn't have to move the glove too far to apply the tag. So really a good job by the catcher.
So Scare's going to come to the mound. He's going to take over pitching duties. You might remember the Maroons struggled there a little bit against the Lancers in the last inning. The top of the 5th inning. Weisbrot's going to come to the plate.
He's feeling it right now after gunning down that runner. Let's see what he can do here at the plate.
That adrenaline's pumping. He flied out to left field his last trip in the 3rd. Scare comes in throwing strikes. He's already ahead of Weisbrot. Halton's on deck for the Lancers. Weisbrot takes that one. 1-1. Just be off the plate as well. It's tough to get into a rhythm. As a reliever, you got to come in throwing strikes. No time to show nerves. And that's popped up to
straight up
on the third base side. Foul territory. Weisbrod is retired.
Just realize that the Lancers that you see who keep running across the warning track, they're heading to the left field bullpen. Looks like they're only using that bullpen. They're not using the right field bullpen. There's a shot to center. Battling the shadows. The center fielder does a nice job. But they're not utilizing the what's typically the Cardinals bullpen. They're only using the visitor bullpen, so both teams are sharing the pen out in left field.
Makes for some interesting conversations.
Here's Anthony Solarafi. They call him Sadi. He's a catcher on the team. He steps in here with 2 outs, big number 38.
He's replacing Snyder at the top of their lineup now for Belleville East. Must have been what Coach Blomberg and the Brain Trust were talking about.
Solarafi had a horrible injury. He's a big hunter, and he fell out of a tree stand.
Oh, that's right.
Did some really bad damage to his back.
There was a question as to whether or not he was even going to play this year.
Right, right. And here he is at Busch Stadium, stepping into the box. So
that's pretty special.
Yeah, kudos to him. He's a great kid.
And you can see both coaches are definitely willing to go to their benches. They have so much talent, first of all, but second of all, on a special day like this, you want to make sure that you're able to spread the wealth as much as possible. At the same time, still trying to win this game. As Satarafi is called out there at the plate. So nothing going for Belleville East, the top of the 5th, as they are retired 1, 2, 3.
So still 1-1 is the score. Now we see a lot of action out there in that bullpen. Both teams.
Think there's any trash talking going on out there in that bullpen? It's close quarters. Well, the neat thing is, I mean, all the players on both teams know each other.
Right, they play Legion ball together.
Exactly. I mean, they come together in the summer. They're on the same team, and a lot of them play basketball against each other in the winter. You know, they're all friends. At the same time, they are competitors, and they want to win. I mean,
yeah, there's no
doubt about it. It's a city game.
Right.
It's rivals, and you put those friendships aside and go out there and try and defeat the other team. But you know those guys out there in the bullpen know each other.
Yeah, you could play this game on a Tuesday morning in Schnucks parking lot, and these guys would still be competitive, much less playing here at Busch Stadium. Neat experience for them, but like you said, they're all competitors, and they all still want to win.
Looks like Wilson's going to maybe come back to the mound here to throw the top of the 5th. I'm sorry, the bottom of the 5th.
So the game is 1 hour old, and we're getting ready for the bottom of the 5th here. Here we go.
James comes to the plate, and he hits it to the shortstop. Will pop up there, and James is retired.
Cardinals, of course, out of town this weekend in Philadelphia. I believe that they're the Sunday Night Baseball on ESPN tonight, if I'm not mistaken. Coming off a good win last night.
Bernowski turns one there, and Brunk is trying to run it down. Calls off the left fielder, and that shows Brunk's versatility. He was able to scamper in and retire Bernowski. One off is going to come in, and he's pinch hitting for Dozier, you might remember, who scored the Maroons' only run. And there's a grounder to the shortstop. Low throw, and that's going to pull the first baseman off the bag. And the Lancers are going to give up a base runner there. That's the reason why you run those out.
That's right. I believe this is Dozier here, Brian.
Oh, is it? I got ahead of myself. Sorry about that.
So that's ruled an error, of course. A runner on first. There's
There.
Dozier, takes a cut.
Here on the shortstop. That's how we're scoring anyway. Dozier scored on that pass ball back in the third inning.
Fights one off there. That was a defensive swing by Dozier for sure.
That was all about self-defense. But he finds himself in the hole, 0-2. 1 on, 2 out here in the bottom of the fifth. Wilson comes set, comes to the plate. Dozier gets a piece of it there to stay alive. Joe, you think that they're going to change the temperature in the outfield?
No, I don't.
They've been running that since about 2 o'clock today.
It did, yeah, just dropped one.
Good eye by Dozier as he takes ball 1. See a lot of fans here not dressed for the weather. See shorts and T-shirts, no jackets. Sitting here shivering. Nice play by Weisbrot there to keep the runner from advancing as that ball was low in the dirt, thrown by Wilson. Two on, 2 out. Wilson to the plate. He's unable to get a glove on it. However, it goes right to the second baseman, and that ends things for the Maroons here after 5 innings.
So 1-1 still the score here. Remember last time these teams played, Lancers pushed 6 runs across the plate that day.
Looks like we're going to have a new pitcher here for Belleville West. Looks like it's going to be Michael Lynn, 6'3", 175. He's a junior. Joe, I don't remember last time I kept score at a baseball game. I might have been in 8th grade.
I like to do it. I don't do it often. I do it about every few years. I think I probably do it. I feel like it's a skill I just don't want to lose.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
And I'm having a hard time holding the pen. My fingers are cold.
Yeah, we don't typically broadcast baseball games, but of course, just a unique situation here today at Busch Stadium, and also an opportunity to utilize our new software here through IHSA TV. I'm about to kick over the camera, which wouldn't be good.
Yeah, you're going to be seeing this software for home football and basketball games and any other special events that we have. So we're excited about the new software, all different kinds of overlays and features that we don't usually see on the old software that we had. So Hendricks is coming up to the plate.
Hendricks in the tie game, fouls one back to lead off the 6th.
Lynn throws one off the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike.
The radar gun here in the stadium is not on. Probably a good thing. High schoolers would be turning and looking at that, I think, after every pitch.
Good point, Joe.
That one low and away in the dirt.
Yeah, you see that almost every time we have a new pitcher come in. You see the nerves. Hendricks was 3 for 4 against the Maroons about 10 days ago in that Lancer victory. He's trying to get a piece of one there. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Top of the 6th. He makes contact. High fly ball towards the shortstop. Good communication there. And Hendricks is retired.
Yeah, he just missed that one.
That's going to bring Blaylock to the plate.
A good one there. Counts 1-1 now here on Blaylock.
Scorecard's getting real confusing, Joe.
Yeah.
With the number of subs.
Yeah, I don't think this experience will encourage you to keep score next time you're at the ballpark.
No, I don't think so at all. But I'm enjoying the game regardless. Now I see why you volunteered to run the camera today. It was a setup.
I can't take credit for that. That was just dumb luck.
It looks like, from my scorecard, it looks like Blaylock is hitting where Brunk once was, if I'm doing this right. There's a grounder to the second baseman. He throws over to Dozier for the second out of the inning. That's going to bring sophomore Brady Shanuel to the plate. He's batting in place of Garza, where he was once hitting.
Pellegrino on deck.
Shanuel was one of the leaders of the JV basketball team. This year had a great year. He's a heck of a baseball player, too, for a sophomore. He gets a piece of it and sends it over down the third base side into the stands.
Points at one there low.
That's off the plate as well as Lynn's trying to find the plate. Shanuel's trying to make him throw some strikes now, looks like. High. Shanuel's aboard.
Good AB there by Shanuel not to chase any of those high ones. And here comes Pellegrino.
Pellegrino's going to come back to the plate with Shanuel on first.
Lancers did their damage in the 4th with 2 outs. Let's see if they can repeat that success here again. Top of the 6th with 2 down. A runner on first.
Inside there. Oh.
Yeah, I thought that one
thought
probably
that
caught the
missed.
plate. Pellegrino kind of backed off.
Yeah, he backed out of it. Pellegrino out in front of that one. He's in the hole 1 and 2. See if Shanuel gets a little start here on this pitch. And Pellegrino was fooled on that. The ball got away from the catcher.
Yep. Boy, if he could lift one to right here, it'd be great. The right fielder kind of battling what's left of the sun out there. I've seen him kind of holding his glove up over his face a little bit. That one high, nothing for Pellegrino to whack at there.
2 and 2 with 2 outs. 1-1 game. And that's a strikeout. So Pellegrino ends the top half of the 6th inning by striking out, swinging. And we're going to have a new pitcher here for Belleville East. As Coach Blomberg goes once again back to his bullpen. And he's going to bring in Danny Snyder to throw an inning or so. He's one of those group of pitchers that Coach Blomberg's been relying on this year. When you play a lot of games, you got to have quality pitching, and you've got to have a deep pitching staff. So it's going to be Snyder who's going to be standing in there, and it looks like Bubba West is going to be bringing in a new hitter as well. And it looks like it's going to be Zach Scare.
Snyder drew a walk earlier at the plate, is that right?
I believe so, Joe. Let me go back and look. Yeah, he in the first.
Yeah.
Snyder throws ball 1 there. Scare stands in there. That's a strike.
We've a lot of different lineup changes throughout this game as kudos to the coaches try to get a lot of guys in the game here at Busch Stadium. But in a close game like this, you start wondering what's going to be the difference maker in a game. Tight game here, getting late as we're at the bottom of the 6th inning. Somebody's going to have to make a play at some point, though.
Yeah, you definitely are looking to get something started here and trying to find ways to advance runners as far as you can. Make the pitchers work deep in the count to your advantage. Try to bring somebody around. Once you get runners aboard, you sometimes start to feel that pressure as a pitcher to have to make strikes. And defense starts to feel pressure to make plays too. And I know it's something Coach Blomberg's been concerned about defensively with the number of errors that his club's given up in the last few games. I believe against Freeburg they had 7 errors in one game there. Not the characteristic of a Lancer club. Usually Lancer club that play great defense. And that's something that's been uncharacteristic for the Lancers here in the last couple of weeks. So you certainly don't want to see the wheels come off like that for any team.
Blomberg moves his third baseman in.
is number 4, John Dozier, who's coming in the top of the order here. Not spelled the same as Ross Dozier, spelled a little different with a Z. And there's, I thought maybe it might be an error.
Yeah, I had a little trouble with it at first. Then he
good recovery there.
Group there, right? 2 down.
Yeah, Horner stayed with it there quite nicely. So that's going to bring Cable to the plate. He's batting in a spot that was once held by Meyer.
Off-speed pitch. Over the plate there for a strike. 0-1.
Snyder's working pretty fast here at the mound. Trying to get into a good groove here against Cable. He throws a striker right in there. So Cable's going to be in the hole here, 1 and 2 with 2 outs. Bottom of the 6th.
Reaching for that one. Good defensive swing.
He's just trying to stay alive there on that one.
Swing and a miss there. Gets him. So that'll do it for the 6th. Belleville East 1-4-1, Belleville West 1-2-0 as we head to the 7th inning. See if the Lancers can get something going.
Looking ahead to see who's coming up for the Lancers, although this might not be who comes up, but on the scorecard here, it looks to be Bassett, Hilbrand, and Schmidtling. This is the part of the order where you're looking to try and get somebody on in hopes of top of the order coming back around and maybe pushing some runs across the plate here. Top of the 7th.
I don't see Bassett out there. I see number 21 taking some warm-up swings.
Guess you want me to
No.
tell you who that's going to be then, huh? Well, remember, that's Austin Wilson. He's been out there, our lefty, on the mound. So it looks like he's going to come in to lead off the 7th.
Is that Parker down there also?
Joe, you're putting me on the spot, man. I don't know. Next thing you want to know, you want me to read some stats too while I'm at it?
Well, we're all out of stories, so.
Joe, it's not usually this cold in the Polar Dome, is it? When we're doing
No.
basketball games?
No.
We're a bunch of babies.
It's chilly. Yeah, we're not in the press box. We're on
we're on a lower landing.
Landing area there, just behind home plate, about 20 rows up or so.
Having a fun time here. Something pretty special.
This is Austin Wilson, Brian.
Thanks, Joe. And that's a strike in there. Wilson's quickly in the hole. Need some base runners here. And that's going to be one. That's a base hit right up the middle. As Wilson rounds first. He dug in pretty hard there, rounded first base, and good at bat there.
Exactly what the Lancers are looking for, the leadoff hit. Coaching first and third this inning for the Lancers are the Wiggs, the younger Wiggs, and his dad over at first. What a thrill for them. Parker looks at a breaking ball dropped in there for a strike. Wilson at first, being held there by Dozier. Throw over to first.
That was close.
Yeah, it was close.
Nice job checking on the runner there. Last thing you want to do is to allow Wilson to get into scoring position there, making his way down to second base. That's exactly what Wilson's thinking about, though.
Parker way out ahead of that one.
Yeah. He had his eye on something else.
Ball hit
Well
to
hit
third.
to third. Maroons unable to turn two. Wilson went in really hard at second base and unable to turn two on that. That was a tough play to turn two on. I don't think they would have got Parker out on that. He got down the line pretty fast.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, that's not a terrible situation for the Lancers. Sure, they're getting out, but Parker at first. You know, if there's a gapper here, Parker can probably get around the bases.
So that brings Horner to the plate. The top of the seventh.
Lancers have not attempted any stolen bases today. Maroons have had 2 attempts and both were caught stealing.
Yeah, looking back, big plays on those
Right,
because,
right.
I mean, definitely stolen base gives you some momentum. You got somebody in scoring position and some stubborn Lancer pitchers up there on the mound. Tough to get some hits off of. So those are big plays. Brought some innings to closes there. Pitch high to the plate, 3-1. It's a hitter's pitch here, Joe.
It is. He's got to be patient. A lot of these have been high.
Ground ball to second, tough play. That advances the runner to second base. So the Lancers have a runner in scoring position, but there's 2 out in the inning. So that's going to take something from number 31 coming to the plate. That's going to be Dylan Dallas, who I don't have room for on my scorecard.
Big at bat here as a base hit would most likely give the Lancers a lead with Parker at second.
Definitely. Dallas is in the hole 0-1. He definitely has that baseball body out there. Looks like that he makes some contact. Get it in the outfield there. It's going to do some damage against the Maroons.
That
Came
one
in on his
jammed him
hands.
a little, yeah.
I want to give him a chance to turn on it. 0-2 with 2 outs. Oh, he tried to lay off it. Call third strike there on that one. That's tough.
Strands that big runner at second. And so heading to the bottom of the 7th here. The Maroons are going to try to push a run across and win it.
Looks like it's going to be Snyder returning back to the mound to throw another inning, if I'm not mistaken. Joe, we've seen some quality baseball here for the Lancers as well as the Maroons. Haven't seen A lot of nerves out there defensively.
Right.
We've seen some good base running out there, some good hits. You've taken advantage of some opportunities really on both sides.
Yeah, like you said earlier, Brian, both teams, I think, rotate new pitchers in there, have a hard time getting the ball down at first. That's pretty understandable for these young men.
You see both dugouts real enthusiastic. They're into the game. You know, they're up on the steps, enjoying things. Seen a lot of players on both sides getting into this contest. I don't know if you would have normally seen that.
That's great to see.
And both managers being real open to the idea of playing a lot of guys. At the same time, you know, you're trying to win a Southwestern Conference matchup. These are big games, every single one of them. And, of course, this is a city contest, too, although we're not in the city of Belleville. Bubba West is bringing number 14 to the plate. No idea who that is. Zach Rhyme. Well, I was hoping it was somebody from the last inning, but Snyder throws low and away. 1 ball, no strikes. Good folks here at Busch Stadium have just turned the lights on for us in case we need it for free baseball.
Good chance this one could go into extra innings, though. We might be here a little while yet. Maroons have manufactured 2 hits today so far.
And that's got some pop on it, straight to center field as Ryan is retired. Boy, that sounded like it was getting out of there. However, the Lancers center fielder was very well positioned. So it's 1 out in the bottom of the 7th. Lewis to the plate. This is his first at bat of the day. Here's a chance for kind of make a name for yourself in this game if you're able to get on. And there's another opportunity for the Lancers center fielder out there.
Yeah, just off the end of the bat there. Didn't quite get the barrel on it, I don't think. Put a pretty good cut on it, though.
Number 2, Evan Myron.
So it's going to be up to Myron here if the Maroons are going to try and keep things from going into extra innings. He stands in there and swings away at the first one. Snyder's trying for a 1-2-3 inning here. Puts in some couple quality innings here for the Lancers. And there's a grounder to third.
Could be trouble.
Over to first as the first baseman stretches. And nothing going for the Maroons here at the end of 7. We are still tied 1-1. We're headed to extra innings, ladies and gentlemen.
It's a good play at first.
Definitely. How about a little Neil Diamond, a little Sweet Caroline?
How about it?
Certainly we're thinking about our friends in Boston. I don't know if you saw it the other night, but Neil Diamond was actually there in person at Fenway
That's what I heard.
To lead the Boston faithful. And it's become a tradition there at Fenway Park along with many other venues throughout the country. And actually the name of my oldest daughter,
That's
Caroline.
Right.
So
that's right.
We've had a tough week here. The good old US of A. The events in Boston at the Boston Marathon, and certainly the fertilizer plant explosion in West Texas, where first responders were killed. But as a lot of people have talked about, these sporting events, things like baseball, do an awful lot to bring people together and heal. And you saw that at Fenway Park with Neil Diamond there leading the fans at Fenway. And I know there were other Americans singing along strong with them as well. Great way to start a new week here for the boys in Belleville over here at Busch Stadium. Extra innings, free baseball.
Top of the 8th. There's
That's
a
going to
hit.
be a base hit.
Well, second inning in a row, the Lancers have put their leadoff hitter on.
So Zach Bonick singles into center field to get things going for the Lancers.
Here's Sadarafi. Struck out looking in his last at-bat. Let's see what he can do here with a runner on. Sadarafi.
Tough play there to third. See if they're able to turn two. Sadarafi doesn't run real well, and they're able to turn two. That's the second double play of the game that the Belleville West Maroons have turned against Belleville East. Great job defensively there. It helped a little bit that Sadarafi was not exactly motoring down the line, but he did a good job getting a piece of that. Thought maybe he had a chance to sneak down the line there. It just didn't get that far, though. You're talking about playing a lot of guys, Joe. I mean, I'm sure both managers didn't really plan on playing extra innings.
Right.
So now it's a point in time where you're looking to see who you got in there and who's left and available on the bench. And that's going to be a base hit. Hendricks lines it into left center for a two-out single, the top of the eighth. Blaylock grounded out to the second baseman back in the sixth. Blaylock's got some wheels on him. The go-ahead run there is over at first base. And that's right up the middle. Backhand play, and there's no chance to get Blaylock as he gets an infield single.
Boy, he was moving.
He was. So it's first and second with two outs. Lancers got a little bit of a rally going here.
Pitcher just missed fielding that one, as you saw there on the replay. And here's Shanuel, the sophomore. A chance to give his team the lead.
So we got a runner in scoring position for Belleville East. There's a grounder. It's going to sneak through. And the go-ahead run is racing around third base and scores standing up. And that's Hendricks coming in to score on a base hit by Cody Shanuel. Brady Shanuel.
What a moment for him. Shanuel to push that run across.
Well, how special is that? See a sophomore step in there. We know Brady's had a tough year this year, losing his older brother Cody. Had a tremendous battle with cancer. And we know that Cody was a fantastic baseball player, student athlete for Coach Blomberg a couple years ago. That family's done an awful lot to stick together.
Brady was in, like you said earlier, on the basketball team at the time when that happened, and his coaches, I remember telling me at the time that you wouldn't know it, just an amazing kid that just held his head high, kept coming to practice every day, and it takes a lot of courage to carry himself the way he did. Kudos to him as he scampers down to second base.
Well, how special would that be if he ends up having the game-winning hit?
We hope he does.
See, the Lancers can pull through here. That's a great family, it really is.
First base is open.
Oh, man.
It's a slap.
Great contact there as well. And the Lancers are retired in the top of the eighth. But some damage has been done against Belleville West as Belleville East has taken the lead 2-1 going into the bottom of the eighth. The last chance for the Maroons here. They're going to need to try and get something going as Coach Blomberg is going to bring in a new pitcher to close things out. It looks like it's going to be Nathan Schmidtling.
Schmidtling's had a good day here today. Let's see what he can do on the mound.
Yeah, he had a base hit earlier, I believe.
Tagged out the runners who were caught stealing.
He's got a chance to close it out here and get Shanuel an opportunity to have that game-winning hit. That's the time where you just kind of want to block everything out and just think about throwing strikes in your backyard. Only you're at Busch Stadium.
Yeah.
But you do have to try to block that out a little bit, you know.
I like this. I like the move bringing Schmidtling in. He's been out there the whole game. He certainly has his depth perception down by now out there on this big field.
Great team contributions here with the pitching staff. Low scoring affair on both sides. Saw Wilson come in and threw a couple of really nice innings there. See if Schmidtling can do the same here at the bottom of the 8th inning. So Bernowski's going to lead things off for Belleville West. He comes out swinging against Schmidtling. A little off the plate there.
That one misses off speed pitch.
1 ball, 1 strike. Bernowski's in the hole now. Fans on both sides have stuck around here today. See the end of this one. Bernowski did not go for that. Good eye. Stays alive there on that pitch. And that's a strikeout.
Miss there.
Good start for Schmidtling. 1 out in the bottom of the 8th. So Len was the pitcher a couple innings ago. He's going to stand in now.
Nice pitch there. Just caught the corner, it looked like.
Right back at us, Joe. Don't worry, he didn't get us.
No.
Couple rows in front.
We're seeing these kids scamper for foul balls all day long, though. It reminds me of going to Southside Park when I was a little kid. Watching the fast pitch softball leagues there. You get a dime if you return a softball every time.
I don't see any Cardinals representatives handing anything out down there.
They're not paying, no.
These kids would be rich, though. Let me tell you, there's been quite a few hidden into the stands today. They're having a great time running them all down here in the stands.
Schmidtling delivers a strike there. That was a beauty.
Yeah. Lynn was tardy on that big time.
He couldn't catch up to it. 2 down.
Well, something's going to happen here for Belleville West.
Yeah, Schmidtling looking to close it out here.
Yep, this is the time to do it. It's do or die for Belleville West. Check swing, but he went around. Renoy is up now. Last chance for West. Snyder's really looking good on the mound. Or I'm sorry, Schmittling had the S's going.
All right. He's ahead 0-2.
And that's the key, to try to stay ahead of the hitters here. Schmittling to the plate. And that's a strikeout. Are we playing a full 9 innings, Joe?
Oh. All right, I guess we are.
Guess we're going
All
9
right.
innings.
Guess we're going 9.
So nothing personal, but
When in Rome.
I really have run out of room with the scorecard here. If you're wanting me to go back, I'm going to be in trouble here.
Pitching from Belleville West, number 15, Nick Van Osdale.
And Osdale's coming in, do some pitching now, looks like, for Bubba West.
Well, we were ready to celebrate, but
Yeah, I was wondering why no one was running out on the field for Bubba Least. Now that explains it.
yeah.
Normally, high school baseball games are 7 innings, which is why Joe and I thought that was the end.
Belleville East, number 9, junior, Jeremy Dorsey.
Athletic Director Jim Loyette standing nearby. He seems to be a little surprised as well that we're going 9 innings.
That must be just the situation of taking advantage of this opportunity to play over here.
Hey, why not?
Play a couple extra.
Why not? So Van Osdale's in to pitch for Bubba West. Man, he was throwing some high heat there, and Dorsey lined out to right field. Good swing by Dorsey.
Yeah. Yeah, one got out to right field in a hurry.
So Parker stands in. You can definitely tell Van Osdale is throwing some heat out there compared to maybe some of the other pitchers we've seen today, Joe.
Yeah.
He's got a little extra pop. I wouldn't want to stand in there against him, I'll tell you that.
2-1 here. That one almost got Parker, but missed.
Inside there. And that's a walk.
And that's about how I would have handled that AB. Just keep the
Yeah.
bat on the shoulder.
That's right. Stand in there and hope for the best.
Next up, Kevin Horner.
So Lancers are looking to try and get an insurance run here against Belleville West. Lancers have put together 9 hits today, whereas the Belleville East pitchers have held Belleville West to only 2 hits. And Osdale tried to go to first there, try to keep the runner close. So we got a little speed on the bases. One ball, no strikes. And Osdale looks at the runner. Not going. Took something off there.
That one looked good from here. That one caught the corner.
Yeah. The batter bailed a little bit, a little too soon. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Osdale's trying to get ahead here and does not. Throws it into the dirt. Full count.
Yeah, Horner got a piece of that one. Kevin also coming off an injury. I think it was his knee or his foot. I remember seeing him on crutches for a while around campus.
That's not a fun thing to do on our campus.
No.
Horner's punched out. 2 outs.
This is Wilson, I believe, who picked up the catching duties. Nope. I'm wrong.
That's Dylan Dallas.
Yeah.
Dallas struck out his last plate appearance. As the wind picks up here at Busch. Dallas a little tardy on that. 2-1.
Straight up. Catcher's going to get underneath that one. It's all
Good
him.
play. That ends things for Belleville East. As we go to the bottom of the 9th.
We think that might
We
be
think
it.
that might be it, right? To see if the Lancers can hold the lead. See if it's Schmittling returning to the mound. He really looked good in that last inning. And it is going to be Schmittling returning to the mound. Now it should be last chance for the Maroons.
Yeah, Schmittling looked really good in the 8th.
Got ahead of the hitters. Great command. Van Osdale had a nice showing there that last inning for Belleville West. Home stretch of the season really for both of these teams. You got about a month to go until you start talking about regionals. You might remember last year, Joe, that Belleville East lost to Belleville West in the first game of the regional. And then Belleville West advanced to play against O'Fallon. And O'Fallon beat Belleville West to advance to the sectional. My guess is this year you're going to see Southwestern Conference teams beating up on each other in the regional, and one of those teams will end up advancing in the sectional.
I would imagine.
Still trying to win the conference here too as well. Several teams in the mix. Hot shot to third. Cross the diamond to first. 1 pitch, 1 out for Schmittling.
Yeah, Schmittling has been dialed in here.
Try to take something off on that first pitch there. Threw in strike 1. He's doing a good job mixing his pitches up. Check swing. One ball, one strike. I guess there could be an opportunity for East and West to play in the regional a third time for, you know, an opportunity to advance.
Sure.
Very similar to what we saw with basketball. Another hot shot to third, across the diamond to first base, and that is 2 outs in the bottom of the ninth. It's going to be up to Sherros to do something for Belleville West, trying to get aboard. And it looks like Coach Blomberg is making a pitching change, bringing Schmittling out. And he's going to the mound.
Schmittling met by most of the program as he heads down into the dugout.
Boy, he did a great job, did he not?
He did, and it's going to be Shanuel to close it out.
So Brady Shanuel has an opportunity to have the game-winning hit and pick up the save. The sophomore right-hander's quickly getting warmed up. He needs to get one out to bring this game to a close. This guy's a competitor, man, I tell you. Kid, it really never stops smiling either.
That's awesome.
Got to stay focused here and throw strikes. Hopefully the Lancers can come away here with a victory.
He's ready. Shanuel on the mound to face the righty for Belleville West. It's their last chance.
Sherros has been in here before. I believe he had a double back in the third, if the scorecard's right. He was caught stealing in the first. 1 ball, 1 strike. Shanuel trying to take things home for the Lancers.
That one outside.
Falling behind now. Doesn't want to give in here, but at the same time, you don't want to give up an easy one. And there's a fly ball to right field, and that's going to bring the game to an end. How about that? The Lancers have defeated Belleville West for the second time this year, and Brady Shanuel has the game-winning hit, and he picks up the save.
Outstanding.
Do you think there's somebody from above looking in on Busch Stadium tonight?
Hard not to think that.
A classy move there by Coach Blomberg to bring him in after Schmittling was rolling.
Yeah, Schmittling was dealing, and that's a great move by Coach Blomberg, like you said.
That was fun to watch. It really was. Full 9 innings, Busch Stadium with a Lancer victory as both teams are doing the ceremonial handshake. Like I said before, it might not be the last time you see East-West play each other in baseball this year. But right now the Lancers are 2-0 against one of the top teams in the area. And that puts an end to the 3-game losing streak for Belleville East as the Lancers held Belleville West to only 2 hits. And the Lancers bats definitely came to life today, Joe.
Yeah, 9 hits for the Lancers. The numbers finish 2-9-1 for East, 1-2-0 for West. And they had strained a few before they were able to push one across in the 4th. And then it was Shannywell with the game-winning RBI in the 8th, top of the 8th. And that would be all that they would need is the 2 runs to cap this one off at 2-1. Lancers move to what, 10-6 on the season?
10-6, I believe, yeah.
All right. Well, we hope that you enjoyed this broadcast. Again, our first with this new software. Got to thank Tom Neiman for coming down and showing us the ropes here. We're excited to broadcast future events like this, and we'll figure out all the bells and whistles and have some fun with it.
A great day for Belleville East baseball here at Busch Stadium, and we're certainly glad that you had the opportunity to join us for it. Any final thoughts, Joe?
No, great. Just a great experience all around. It was fun. Good close game for both teams. Like you said earlier, a lot of kids from both squads got to get in the game, and this will be something that these guys will remember forever. And looks like the Lancers, both teams are kind of getting around their dugouts for a quick team picture.
Yep, team picture. Good memento. It's something they're always going to be able to remember. And I know Brady Shannywell will always remember this thing.
Absolutely.
So that's going to do it for us here at Busch Stadium. For Joe Nesbitt, I'm Brian Loring. Have a wonderful evening.
So long.